Our industry is made up of the best human beings on planet Earth. The most creative, hardworking folks I know are food people. No one is better at pivoting and figuring out the impossible than food people. No one.
I knew that going to school was important to me because I wanted to learn about other cultures. I wanted to learn about other cuisines. So for me, it was a no-brainer that I would go to cooking school.
What's great about a culinary education is that it can lead you into 100 different directions. We're not talking about leading in a single direction. Cooking is discipline, cooking is joy, cooking is connection. All of those things will be ever more important rather than less important. To have grounding and structure and a framework in which to sort of grow from there is fantastic. And to know that you're not training for one thing, you're training for life.
What does it mean to be a chef, you know? It means to engage people, whether it's my purveyors, whether it's the staff, whether it's the customer base. You got to create a place that's of desire and of sticky and delicious.
In gastronomy, there are these corners of the world that have yet to be filled in, and that's how I see our job.
So keep thinking for the best, work at your trade, get better at what you want to do. And what I do now is I cooked. So my Instagram is full of like me cooking. I haven't cooked that much since I was a line cook. The pandemic brought this opportunity for us. So we took that opportunity and we took all the recipes I did and we're writing a cookbook about our experiences doing all this together. And that's called like looking at opportunity.
Where whatever those ideas that you will come up with, because everyone has creative ideas, the problem is that most people never get to realize them. And that's the only really thing you can do, is to create a circumstance where whatever ideas you have can be allowed to become something, right? That, you know, they can be allowed to become something that you can test and perhaps also implement.
Once you're able to be comfortable enough in the kitchen, which I encourage people to get that classic French training as like that foundation, understanding how to chop it properly, you know, how to make some mother sauces. But you also need to understand a little bit about yourself and your culture and your history, because if not, like, we're going to end up having other people tell our story that is not necessarily our story, because like it's their interpretation.
When opening a restaurant, it's like if you don't believe in the product, if you don't really like want to get gritty, you really gotta love what you're doing.
Opening a restaurant, it's not a one-person show. You have to find a few good partners, but it's like a marriage. You need a really good partner.
Your story should be different from everyone else's, and it might tell a story of what your food fantasies are, or your travel experiences are, or it might tell a story that relates to some bucolic vision that you have. You want people to know how you care about food.
This is a time for young, youthful talent. You guys look at food very different than we do, and I'm excited to see what comes out of the next generation.
People like me, we're here for you guys, and that we're always happy to share our experience, because you guys are going to have the vision for the future, and you have to carry the torches when us old guys can't walk anymore.
Well, I'm trying to get my inspiration from someone that's trying to endeavor to do totally new things.
I can't wait to see what students now figure out 4 or 5 years from now that's going to literally set the trend for the next 50.
It's important to reroute fear into courage. And so I feel like that's the most important thing to do that allows you to do more.
Get on that Greyhound bus, baby.